Okay, we have Elisa's route. Let's see. Honestly, Lisa is so cute. But also, she does read and write, so I do love reading. So, at the Castilla Festival, the youth center hosts a poetry sharing class for children. Echo, who has recently delved into poetry, has been invited to teach. Dusk approaches. Uneven sunlight spills into the room, lingering among the children's clear voices. In the distant past of Kolong, there was a poet born on double seventh, and who also died on double seventh. Yet he was not known for romance. Oh? Wow, really? His most famous works mourn a shattered homeland, mountains and rivers in ruin, ancestral gardens battered by wind and rain. You see Echo teaching earnestly, occasionally consulting her densely written notes. The children are engrossed and do not notice someone slipping in through the back door and sitting in the last row. Even so, Echo clearly sees her uninvited student. Commandant? This. Prompted by your signal, Echo refocuses on the lesson. Does anyone know which poem this is? I don't even know that poem. It's clear these kids had no understanding of such ancient poetry. Echo had not expected complete silence. The room falls quiet. No one? Really? Ow, oof. Her anxious gaze squeaks over the puzzle's two students, then settles on you in the back row, silently asking for help. Maybe? What the? Looks like Echo needs my help right now. From your seat in the last row, you speak up in a student-like tone and answer Echo's question. Then, to help the confused children, you recite the two most famous lines of the poem. How much sorrow can one feel, as ceaseless as the spring river flowing east? Yes, excellent. The student is absolutely right. You're a little red flower. That's cute. Of course, that's so cool, rises from the children. Echo shoots you a grateful glance. Their praise seems to motivate her. She moves on to the next part of the lesson. Did you know that poets everywhere love to write about the moon? Long before the Golden Age, writers in the transatlantic economic community used poems to measure the distance between the moon and the sea. Oh, really? That's actually pretty. The moon and the sea are far apart, yet she reaches for him with her amber hands, unwilling to let go. Poets from the Arctic roots stared into the deep night sky and demanded to know why the moon kept running away. Oh moon, why do you flee? Seeking into that bright blue sky. Oh my gosh, this is so poetic and not quite a little romantic. You mouth the verses along in silence. Echo notices, and the sight gives her even more confidence as she guides the class through the moon's journey across history and poetry. We often wait for the moment when a poem and a person meet. Sometimes a poem reminds you of someone. Sometimes someone makes you remember a poem. The poems of the past are as countless as the stars. When that starlight from the past shines down on us, that's when we truly understand poetry. Thank you for joining my poetry class. Today's lesson is over. The bell rings. No matter how lovely the verse is, nothing beats the dismissal bell. The kids pack up at once, ready to leave. Echo breathes out in relief and smiles at the children out the door. When the last one is gone, only the young teacher and you, her student, in the back row, remain. Surprised we're at school, like, for Devil Seventh Festival. But hey, anything could happen anyway. You must have prepared this for ages. I did. I practiced over and over, but I still felt nervous. Oh, why? Commandant, aren't you supposed to be at the festival? What brings you to my lecture? I like poetry too. Your lesson was well put together. Are you thinking of becoming a teacher, Echo? Even if that's true, Commandant, I still have a lot to learn before I can be a teacher. But I still think you did pretty well, Echo. I'm gonna smile. Quit teasing, Commandant. Let's hide you in the room before it gets dark. Yes, Miss Echo. A faint blush colors her cheek, making her even more lovelier in the dying light. Oh my god, that's so cute! Together, you set every desk and chair back in place. The moon is already above the treetops, its pale light pouring through the windows and resting where the afternoon sun once lay. The two of you can't help but turn your eyes to the bright moon outside. Wow, Commandant, look, the moon is so bright tonight. Eager to bathe in the moonlight, she dashes outside. You lock the classroom doors and windows, then follow at a leisurely pace. Under the street lamp, she flips through her notebook. When she notices you, Echo snaps it shut, walks over, and the two of you start toward the lounge. Oh my gosh, this background is so pretty. I don't remember if this background was seen in one of the stories, but oh my gosh, so pretty. You stroll beside Castilia's artificial river, the only path back to the lounge. The moon isn't full, yet the sky is crystal clear. Every cloud gone, moonlight pours over the water like liquid silver. In class this afternoon, Commandant, you sound well versed in poetry. I brought a poem and I want you to guess which one it is. Oh gosh, I bet like this one. Is it one of those koan poems you've been studying? Yes. Since it's the Double Seven Festival here in Castilia, I stocked up on koan poems. This one fits the night perfectly. So what's it about? It's a poem about the moon, about the universe's vastness, and how small we are. Oh, that's deep. It says that when the moon rises, the river, the water, the whole world fills with its glow. When the moon sets, branches along the shore break the glow apart, and only a few people walk home across the dappled light. That is a beautiful picture. The poem links the moon to love, as if love were a bold, brave stance stretching across the ages, a shield against the void. Oh my gosh, this poem is just making me feel. Oh my gosh. Just as she did in class, she speaks in emotion, and you wait for her conclusion. I think I know which poem it is. Is that its title? Echo glances at her notebook and nods. If I'm remembering right, it should be. She gently presses a finger to your lips before the words escape. Moonlight spills onto the nearby lake, ripping just like the unspoken lines between you. I didn't remember if this was even mentioned. I want to know. What the heck? Echo stays silent, yet you know the poem describes a moment exactly like this. You both gaze at the same flowing moonlight. Without a word, the moon reflected in your eyes speaks for you. The moon is beautiful tonight. In Echo's eyes, you see the very moonlight that enchants her, as if the moon itself from those ancient verses had traveled 1,000 years to shine on you both. One speaks without thinking, moved by the scene. Yeah, the moon is really beautiful tonight. The other, so in sync, lets words slip out before the thought is fully formed. May we follow the moonlight? That was cute. And also romantic. Oh my god, I enjoyed it. What? Poetry? That's just... it's always just beautiful. Like, it can be like... In my opinion, poetry can be beautiful even though, like, maybe some poets are, like, sad or, like, you know, and something like that. But it's still beautiful, at least in my opinion. So, anyway. But I enjoyed it.